All right, shalom, shalom. It's no GMS lesson come back at you. Before I do get into this lesson, I want y'all to be giving our honor, glory, and praises to the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Next up, double honors to my apostles, elders, great millstone, taught me the 100% truth of the Bible, and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all diligence and sincerity. All right? So, got a little article on the screen, as you can see. It says, family of black man found dismembered in Mississippi. Family of black man found dismembered in Mississippi calls for a probe, right? They're calling for, one second. They're calling for a probe, right? They're calling for an investigation, a deeper dive in an investigation of the dismemberment of their relative. This young man right here, Rasheem Carter, 25 years old, his body was found in Mississippi and it was dismembered, right? After he, let me see, the BBC one? Yeah. After what? After he told his mother that he had feared for his life for a reason. Let's read this. This is Rasheem Carter, 25, called his mother last October, asked for help after he said a group of white men in trucks were chasing him in Laurel, Mississippi. His mother said this week, right? So this dropped March 14th, this article, right? His body was found in the woods a month later. The local county sheriff's office said it did not suspect any foul play, right? And really, there's nothing from this article that's going to give us definitive proof, right? There ain't nothing that we're going to say, but we know. We have enough proof, right? We got 400, 500 years of evidence against this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. We got the prophecies in the Bible that says that will befall the children of Israel, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, right? This young man right here, he looks to be like a so-called Jake. Not so-called Jake. He looks to be like a so-called black man, right? But we know we don't just go off appearances. But, but the results of his death, right? It would lead us to believe through the Spirit that what? He an Israelite, because we, this is how we get treated here in America. This is not our rest, right? Lord willing, we're going to get that too. So let's grab something real quick. Which one do I want first, right? This is not our rest. That's Micah 2 and 10. But I really wanted Zechariah. Yep. Zechariah 11 and 5. Right? This is Zechariah 11 and 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Right? Who was that talking about? Who was that going into? First and foremost, that's going into you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? Because you are possessions. You are being possessed right now. You are captives in the land of America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, right? This is the land of your captivity. We are not here in America on vacation. We are not here in America on a holiday, right? We are here in America to serve out a punishment, to serve out, again, a punishment, a whipping, a scourge for us forsaking the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for us falling away from the ways of the Lord, right? So the point being, our possessors and our main oppressor, our main captor is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The devil that the Bible speaks of. So here in America, what does he do? He puts us to death and he holds himself not guilty, right? His body was found in the woods a month later. The local sheriff's office said it did not suspect any foul play. So off the rip, they're null and voiding any foul play. Like, damn. This man's body was dismembered and put in different places. His head was severed from his body. Let's get some real quick. Police who have said an investigation into his death is ongoing have told Mr. Carter's family his body was likely torn apart by animals, according to the U.S. media outlets, right? At a news conference on Monday, the family's attorney, Benjamin Trump, called the incident a hate crime and asked the Department of Justice to investigate. He said an autopsy performed on the 2nd of February showed Mr. Carter had been decapitated and his body parts found in different locations. Right? Let me get another one. I read another one because I was trying to get as many facts about it as I could. Right. One thing's for certain, this was not a natural killing. Yeah. So like, yeah. Well, I want to get. There was a little snippet in here that there was a little snippet in here that read that his spinal cord, right, his head, from found dead with his head severed from his body, right. In light of the results, they said no foul play. Yep, we read that. Oh, yep, his earlier evidence, his death didn't suggest anything, right? So they're holding themselves not guilty already. They're getting the blame immediately off of them or any Edomite that might have had anything to do with this situation, man. Yeah. Yep, here it goes. Carter's head was severed from his body, with his spinal cord recovered in an area separate from his head, according to Crump. Some of Carter's body parts are still missing, according to Crump. Right, the attorney, the family attorney. So, I mean, what? Could his body have been dismembered by animals in the woods? Right, and it's scattered all over the place. Specific body parts. I seen something else on, I got a news channel on Twitter that comes through, but you can't believe everything on Twitter of all the specific body parts that was dismembered. Talking about he got his genital area cut off and put in his mouth. I didn't want to go deep into that because I don't, that social media, it doesn't, people just put things together and put things up there. I wanted to get some actual articles on it, right? So, but, and just dealing with the animals, right? 9 times out of 10, if an animal comes and gets you, it's feeding off the body, right? Of course, multiple animals could get you, but we all know how this devil gets down. We can't put nothing past this devil when it comes to Mississippi, right? Nowhere in America, nowhere where this devil dwells, but in Mississippi, come on now, depending on the Lord will, you gotta wake up pretty early in the morning to try to pull one over. I'm going to read this one more time. Zechariah 11:5. Possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord. What do they say? God bless America. God bless America. Right? Because what? They're rich. They're rich in their craftiness and their evil doings. Right? So what? They feel like the Lord is on their side. Right? Our shepherds pity them not. The leaders of our nation are not your celebrities, are not your rappers, are not your entertainers, are not your basketball players. Charles Barkley had it right. What did he say? I am not a role model, right? And then the people who are in leadership positions, your Al Sharptons, right? Your TD Jakes, your Creflo Dollars, all these leaders of the world, right? They don't give a damn. They got a cover charge. They got a fee if you need them to speak at an event about something. And it better be big enough. And it better be getting national attention. So they don't give a damn about the people. They don't give a damn about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Right? They didn't kill MLK. They didn't kill Malcolm X until after they started realizing the bullshit and what they were saying. They didn't kill Dr. King until they didn't kill him for the I Have a Dream speech. They killed him for I feel like I integrated my people into a burning fire. Right? Let's get something real quick on here in America. Like I was saying through the Spirit, this is not our place to get down, man. This is not the place that we should be building up in. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart. How do you do that? Not physically. We don't need to get on boats. We don't need to get on planes. We don't need to get on trains. None of that, right? Arise ye and depart spiritually. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? The shepherds, the leaders of your nation, right? Which we know and believe through faith and in the Spirit, right? And through the Spirit are the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, right? Arise ye and depart. You follow them, you learn from them, right? Learn from sincere on brothers on down, right? Get back into this word, right? Get back into the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Follow them, keep the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, right? So that way you will be, Lord willing, saved and delivered from all this hell and destruction that's going on and the evils that's befalling our people, right? Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. America is not your rest. You shouldn't be having no 5-year, 10-year, 15-year, 20-year plans here, man, right? We're not saying just live like slobs and hobos and eat off the street, right? Live accordingly, but know that this place has an end. Know that there's a greater place for you as a people, and that the Almighty, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, by Hashem, in the name of Yahweh Shai, have a place prepared for you. But there's just a way of getting there. You're not just going to skip and hop your way into the kingdom. There's a way, there's an order to do so. It reads on, again, America is not your rest, because it is polluted. What is it polluted with? Ever since the late 1400s, right, when this devil touched down here in the Americas, putting you so-called natives and so-called Hispanic tribes to death, right? Committing mass genocide, right? Committing mass genocide upon you Jakes, right? All the way until the 1600s, when was, 1609, if I'm not mistaken. But brothers know the transatlantic slave trade, right? Hopping and putting you Jakes back and forth on cargo slave ships from the west coast of Africa, right? And you so-called natives and Hispanic tribes, too. The transatlantic slave trade affected all of us as a whole nation, not just the so-called black man, right? But what's the point? The point is this land is polluted with the blood of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans still to this day. Hands up, don't shoot, right? Protest in the street, reading one of these articles after his death, they immediately went into a small protest because what? The people, you Jakes, suspected foul play because they already know the deal. And then it's polluted in every other way, right? By the philosophies, by the ways that's being pushed here, the land, the food, the water, the chemtrails in the air, the pollution, right? This devil is ruling this world in wickedness, right? It reads, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Like I said, this place is going down, man. 200 million ICBM nuclear